Later this month, the Belmont Human Rights Commission and Watertown Community for Black Lives will team up to host an entire weekend of events to celebrate Juneteenth. And I'm joined now by several members of Watertown Community for Black Lives. We have Tiffany York, Teo Evans, and Felicia Sullivan. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome. I want to start by asking, what is this year's Juneteenth going to look like? What can we expect?
Okay, so the Juneteenth in Watertown is again hosted by the Watertown Free Public Library. They have supported us now for the third year in a row, from children's book displays to offering us the room, microphones, staff that will come in and help us. So we just want to give a huge shout out to the gem of our city, as we call it, the Watertown Free Public Library. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, June 17th. We're going to have Juneteenth videos, community, family-friendly discussions. We're going to have trivia. There will be pastries and coffee by Osam Cafe right across the street. One of my favorite places for a latte lately. And we'll also have resource tables from Wayside Family and Community Services, from World in Watertown, as well as Watertown Community for Black Lives. We're going to have youth speakers and facilitators, as well as adult community leaders that will come in and help facilitate the discussion around exactly what we're talking about today. What is Juneteenth? Why is Juneteenth so important? What can we do as a community to honor Juneteenth?
And years before, it was only one day. But this time we're making it a whole weekend, so that's really exciting. And we're teaming up with Belmont and having some of the events actually in Belmont this year.
Right. Tell us about the Belmont piece of it, because I understand that there's going to be one day where the activities are in Belmont and another one that's in Watertown.
Yeah, so the Belmont activities are going to be happening on Sunday, June 18th from 2 to 6. And we have Ben Cotty Drum and Dance, who's going to come and do an opening dance for us, and I believe a drum piece. We have St. Paul's Gospel Choir, who's going to come and sing. We'll have some opening remarks from our Watertown and Belmont leaders on this event. And we have Jamaica Me Hungry with their food truck coming. DJ Wordless is going to be doing the music for us, live DJ. He'll be there. There's going to be a kids corner, family trivia, lawn games. Vendors are able to come out and sell whatever they have that they're selling. We have also Ben and Jerry's coming to do to give ice cream. Well, we have ice cream from Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's not actually coming. Their ice cream's coming.
Next year, that's a goal. Have a celebrity cameo from Ben and Jerry, the actual people.
Be nice.
So that's what's going on in Belmont. And again, that is on Sunday, June 18th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Oh, it's at the Beach Street Center and Townfield, 266 Beach Street, Belmont.
Tell us a little bit about how you guys got hooked up with the town of Belmont and the decision to host this jointly, because the past 2 years when you did this, it was just a Watertown thing, right?
Correct. Yeah, Maya, it was. Belmont Human Rights Commission has been in service and been organizing for quite a few years. So when we were thinking about the educational piece of how Juneteenth is the longest Black African-American holiday being celebrated, we also really realized how correlated that was to the human rights and the civil rights movement. So we contacted Belmont Human Rights Commission last year, and they were part of our panel right here in Watertown. And Kimberly Haley Jackson is the chair and has really put a lot of thought into Belmont's first Juneteenth. And so when we thought about the resources and sharing the tasks and how many hours it takes to put an event like this together, Teo, Felicia, and I were like, it's a no-brainer, right? We really want to work with Belmont. We really want to bring our two cities together in terms of some social and racial education, but also some celebrations. And Juneteenth is a really nice way to do that.
Tell us a little bit more about Watertown Community for Black Lives.
The mission is that we will fight against racism within our city. It's really a broad and simple type of vision, and it comes in so many areas that Watertown Community for Black Lives realizes, whether it's in the school system, whether it's actually in some of the business establishments here in Watertown. We found that Watertown Community for Black Lives has become a space for folks to feel seen and heard, and to be able to ask for action to be taken. And so our group really tries to listen to the really sad and racist behavior that shows up, and then figures out a plan, whether it's letter writing, whether it's one-on-one coaching with a family or a parent or a caregiver, just an individual experiencing a racist or discriminatory behavior in Watertown, as well as trying to really focus on DE&I issues within the council, and really try and stress how important it is that our leaders and the folks who are representing all of the population in Watertown have a really good grasp when it comes to words like equity, when it comes to words like equality, and when it comes to words like inclusion.
I would love to hear a recent or just an example, since you said that it's a place for people to come and feel seen and for decisions to be made on what actions to take. What's a recent action that you guys took? Was it based on something that somebody shared?
One of the most recent actions was a letter we wrote before the city manager was enacted. But when the city manager search was going on, WCBL got together with a lot of residents in Watertown, and we were able to write a letter to the search committee, I believe, and really line up some questions around, you know, when we think of a leader and when we think of inclusion and belonging, like what are we looking for in a city manager? As well as when we get folks who have experienced really challenging responses from the school district, or when we get messages around how children maybe are getting faced with racism and discrimination, usually we are able to find a way to message back, and it provides some comfort, provides some solace, and at least be able to direct folks to other community members within the school administration to try and help.
Juneteenth has been around for a very long time, specifically and especially for the Black community, and the wider spread of it becoming more of a holiday for everyone was born out of tragic circumstances a couple of years ago. Why do we think it's important for communities more broadly outside of the Black community to be recognizing Juneteenth?
I think that it's important because it helps to give people a better idea of, although Juneteenth was developed a long time ago, how it how it affects people today, as far as being freed, and as far as racism. You know, racism affects everyone. So I feel like when people have that knowledge, they can get a better understanding of maybe some of the struggles that Black people are still may face today.
I think it's also a great opportunity to embrace and learn about Black culture. There's not many holidays out there that are in celebration of the Black community. So I think this is an opportunity for people to become more aware about the history and how it's been shifted and twisted and, you know, provided with a white lens. And there's been a lot of erasure that has happened of the history and the struggles of Black people and what they went through with slavery. And so I think this is a way for all of us to grow together and get to know each other, and but in a way that is celebratory as well, not just the negative, but bringing together positive things about the culture and how we can all, like Teo said, all grow and educate together.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us. This has been such a pleasure to speak with all of you. And WCN will be posting all the information about Juneteenth, as well as this interview, on wcatv.org/WCN. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Maya.
much, Maya.